Final race on the card then at Sha Tin, race number 10. It's a good one. It's a Class 2 contest. This is over the 1,200 metres. The field is headed by Naboo Attack. Actually drops in class after winning the Chief Executive Cup on the opening day of this season, but carries 133 now. Fat Turtle, California Rad, Shining Ace, all dropping in class as well. Killer B, we see the return of Killer B, a three-time course and distance winner last season. He won 4 of his 5 starts in actual fact. Shining Gem, Loving a Boom, makes a rare trip to Sha Tin. Winner Method gets the cheek pieces on as he gets up from the 1,000 to the 1,200, where his 3 wins have been so far. Private Rocket, and then Sunny Boy, who's first up for the season. Chris So and Alex Lay, he will jump from barrier number 2. Now, this final event, Mark, the last, really interesting, not just for Killer B and Naboo Attack as well, but they are 2 of the big names. Who are we looking for in the speed in the early stages?
We've got Trillion Win and California Red going forward. Andrew on the speed map. Winner Method, Paul, just his second time at 1,200 metres. Igniting has raced best when he's been in front too, but his starts have been a little bit iffy lately.
Yeah, and California Red sometimes takes a little time to muster as well. So I just wonder if it is going to be Trillion Win and Winner Method leading out. Now, if California Red is slightly slow out, he's going to find it a little bit difficult. He could end up being 3 wide with Shining Ace getting outside Trillion Win. I think the big boy, Naboo Attack, should get a nice run midfield.
But yeah, it looks as though Trillion Win, Andrew, will be the one to lead. He's usually pretty quickly away. As I said, the only one that might be able to go forward if he jumps better is Igniting, but yeah, his starts have been somewhat unreliable. OK, we'll come back to Trillion Win in a moment. We'll start off, though, with Killer B and his return with jockey Joe Moreira. Killer B in the last race, he's a horse to get very excited about.
Very much. He's a horse that has shown a lot of ability, has been winning races very impressively in circumstances that sometimes horses just can't win, and he was able to still do it. So all these things that he has done last season gets us very excited for sure.
He starts off over 1,200 metres again. Have you been happy with his preparation, his trials and his track work leading up to Sunday?
The preparation has been good. He's been actually much more mature than he was last season. In 1 or 2 races he gave us a little bit of a hard time to walk into the gate, and this time he's been more forward. We learn a little bit about the horse. We're trying to do a few things different with him, and he's been responding very well. In regards to his fitness, I don't think all the best horses at the moment, they wouldn't be 100% quite yet. Neither this guy, Killer B, but he's pretty fit to go back to the races, and I'd be very, very surprised if he goes there and run a bad race.
I know you can only ride your horse, but Naboo Attack's in the field as well, carrying the top weight. What are your thoughts on him? He was a good winner first up this season.
Well, he should be the favourite, and he's going to have to sweat blood to beat Killer B. Killer B is a good horse as well, and they're certainly going to make the race card of the day being a very interesting card. So I'm glad to be sitting on one of the best horses on the day.
And long term, obviously the 4-year-old series for Killer B, that's what we're looking at?
I guess so. He's no doubt going to deserve an opportunity to be heading up to those 4 years old series, and if he's able to run the distance, he might be one of the favourites for the Derby at the moment.
Again, that's a long way down the track, January, for the start of the 4-year-old series, but he's a really exciting horse to watch, and probably to call as well last season.
Sure is, Andrew. That win where he was 4 wide the trip and still won, Paul, was something that horses generally don't do. And he did it running away.
He did, didn't he? And look, he's doing it all over 1,200 metres at the moment, Killer B. He's by Savabeel. You know, these horses are 1,600 metre horses plus normally. So look at what it's an exciting horse. There's no question.
He took a rapid rise through the ratings last season as well, winning 4 of his 5 starts, and got to a mark of 89 in the end, Mark. That was huge. And just that 1 second placing, it might have been inexperience that found him out that day.
He was a 1.9 favourite that day, and it was over 1,200 metres, but he's since gone on and won 3 in a row over the trip per Paul. But it's a horse that he's just from day one stepped out with just raw ability. Yeah,
no, definitely has been. And look, you can see he's always been well backed, this horse. He'll be well backed once again, but you might get a decent price, you know, in relative terms with Naboo Attack in the race.
Well, it's interesting. Joe actually thought, he said Naboo Attack would be favourite. He does have the advantage of having that run under his belt as well. We'll come to him in a second. We'll have a look at Killer B on his final starts last season, Paul. And he looks pretty tractable and versatile as far as tactics are concerned. Can sort of sit in. He was very prominent in his 1,000-metre win as well, I think. But he's got a great turn of foot.
Oh, hasn't he? You just see it here when he comes down the outside. He gets clear air, and he wins really nicely. So, look, he's an exciting horse, and I think they're going to have a lot of fun with him coming into the 4-year-old series, no doubt.
Just wonder if his turn of foot's a little quicker than Naboo Attack. He's such a big horse. When he winds up, no doubt that the huge horse has got the sprint on him. But if Killer Bee comes off his back and can just put half a length to a length on him, that might be his best chance of beating the big horse.
He's getting £11 off Naboo Attack as well. Now, Naboo Attack won't have any problems carrying the weight mark per se because he's such a beast himself, 133. But it must be noted that it's £20 more than he carried last time out. Here's California Rad in the race as well, and Shining Ace, who eventually finished in 5th. But this is Naboo Attack. When he gets rolling, he's a hard horse to stop.
He sure is, yeah. Once he's built that momentum up, he just goes, and there he is. He's carried 117 and 113 pounds to win his 2 starts in Hong Kong. So as you said, Andrew, it's a big jump from last time, that 20 pounds, but such a big horse, Paul. He should easily be able to cope with it. And when David Hayes, with a stable full of exciting horses, says this guy's the best in it, well, that's why he's going to come up one of the favourites.
Oh, definitely. And look, he's, as you say, the weight, you look at the weight and take 20 pounds is a lot of weight difference, but with such a massive, he's a beast, isn't he? He's 1,380 odd pounds. He's the biggest horse I've seen here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, and Zach Purton will be jumping on board. That was Karras riding him on that occasion. Some Happy Valley form here. We've got Shining Ace down there on the inside. The other horses to look out for. Well, I don't have to ride the boom bus too far to get to Sha Tin on Sunday. We've got Igniting as well in here. Paul, what of these 3?
Look, I prefer all 3 at Happy Valley, to be honest. I mean, Shining Ace wasn't a bad run, but he's drawn awkwardly in barrier number 11, which is going to be a telling factor. But Igniting it, look, I just don't know if he's going as well as he was last season after this run. And Loving a Boom, well, we'll leave that one to you, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm with Paul. I'd prefer them all at Happy Valley, although Shining Gem has won 3 from 6 at the distance, so he's got a few things in his favour, but this is a very, very good and a very hard race.
It is, yeah, very good. But, a horse like Loving a Boom, why not try Sha Tin, try something different, see if it works. He's got a light weight on his back as well. This is Winner Methods down the straight, and 1,000 metres is starting to a little bit on the sharp side for him now, Mark. He stayed on very strongly here. Other horses to look out for, Trillion Win's got load of speed, and Private Rocket in the blue and pink.
Thought he was a little bit disappointing, Trillion Win, with the run that he had. Winner Method, he looked gone here as we picked the replay up. He was hard ridden and he picks himself up and he goes again near the line. So his run was very good. Couldn't drop Trillion Win on this run because he is quite a good horse. He beat Naboo Attack at the trials and pricked the ears in doing it. But on this run alone, Paul, just had the 10 in to beat the 9 Winner Method over Trillion Win. Again, he sticks on okay near the line, but just on face value, I thought his run was a little disappointing.
Yeah, I just wonder if he was looking for 1,200 already, because that's how it seemed to me. Both of them actually were. So they're going to be right on the pace, these two. If any trouble happens in behind, then I think these two are the ones that are going to capitalise on that. And Trillion Win in particular comes out of some strong form races behind Curia Wonder et al.
Yeah. It's not just a 2-horse race, but those 2 names, Naboo Attack and Killer Bee, do stand out. Which way have you gone for?
I've gone Naboo Attack with that run under his belt, the big boy. Look, he finds his own luck, this horse. He can monster his way out. He's just such a big horse. Killer Bee, look, I just think Naboo Attack might get him on this occasion. I know there's that weight difference, but with him being a big horse. But Killer Bee, exciting horse going forward, no question. I wouldn't be surprised if he did beat him, but as you say, Andrew, I think that's the Quinella 1 to beat 5. Trillion Win in there for 3rd, if anything goes wrong with Winner Method. So 1, 5, 9 and 10.
It's the same 4 as Paul, just a different order. I went the B to beat Naboo Attack simply because just thought his high speed might be able to see him pinch that little break on the big horse at the top of the straight. But he'll be challenging him near the line again. Should be a terrific race to finish the card at Sha Tin. 5 to beat 1. And again, Winner Method and Trillion Win, not quite at the level, it wouldn't appear, of Killer Bee and Naboo Attack, but they're not too far behind it. I don't think either will mind stepping up to the 1,200 metres again, as Paul said. So 5, 1, 10 and 9 in the last.
5 and 1 the queue for me as well. Killer Bee to beat Naboo Attack. Did Loving a Boom make it in?